Hey guys, Willie and Murfitt here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. In today's episode, I am going to try and change my vehicle's tax class to historic. So, what am I going to need for this? Well, first of all, I'm going to need my V5. The V5 itself, it's probably quite different to the guys that live in England because this is 3 pages. Reason being, I've got a English and a Welsh section. I've also got terms and conditions in English and Welsh, and a front page in English and Welsh. So, when your car becomes 40 years old, it's now classed as a tax exempt and MOT exempt vehicle, should you choose to have that. The tax exemption is a fantastic one because the tax on the Mini is like £120-ish for the year, which works out about £16 a month, I think. So when your car becomes 40 years old, you can then apply to become tax exempt. I think it automatically happens, but I want to try and do it through the V5 so that I don't have to have the MOT either. I will probably still get an MOT, but I want to be able to have that choice if, for example, I don't know, I overrun the MOT because I'm not using the car, for example. I haven't got to panic and not worry about not driving it. I don't do very many miles. The car is dry stored, and quite frankly, I'm pretty comfortable with the work that I've been put into the car and the stuff I put on it. So I will still be getting an MOT, but I would like to have the option to not. So the car in question is my 1979 Mini Clubman Saloon. It was first registered on the 19th of July, and is now, this year, going to be 41 years old. I couldn't tax it last year because the tax said if it was made after the 1st of April, it needed to wait until the 1st of January. So it's now the 9th of January. So today, on my lunch, I'm going to be going to the post office to try and hopefully get it. But I'm going to fill out a form on the internet first and see what we need to do. And if I can do it online, happy days. First of all, on Google, I want to type V70 form. And that brings up an application to change the vehicle's tax class. So, I'm applying to change the tax class from a standard light commercial or a standard light private to a historic. So there's a section here for taxing historic vehicles. So I open up this V70 form, which I downloaded previously. I have to fill in my name or company, my address, my postcode, phone number, the car registration, the make and model, and tax class I'm applying for, which is historic. This stuff here, because it's below 3,500 kilos, I haven't got to fill out this. It's not agricultural. Fuel type is petrol. It's not a recovery or special vehicle. It's not a bicycle, tricycle, or PLG. It's not a bus. So in here I put in today's date, so the 9th of January 2020. Mileage, which I can leave blank. And then declaration, I've just got to tick that I confirm all of the terms and conditions on first page. That I'm basically saying that I'm not trying to fraud the system. I know that the vehicle is eligible for it. I can then purchase my 12 and 6 months tax accordingly. So best to have a good read through this should you be looking to doing this. And then sign the bottom, date it, and hopefully that's all I need. So I'm going to get this form printed off, and then I can take it down to the post office once it's complete. Hopefully they're better to do it on their computer over the counter, and this form is basically null and void. The V5 will then be sent off, and I'll show you here if I can. So on this section here, where it says taxation class, this is going to change to historic. And for those of you who don't speak Welsh, taxation class, private goods to historic. So, let's get this form printed out, and at lunch I'll get down to the post office and see how we get on. Right, okay, so that's the form printed off. Next stop, post office. Unfortunately, it's not something that could be done in store or into the shop counter. What do you class post office as? Anyway, it's not something they could have done. So what they've done is they have sent off the V5, had to complete a section on the bottom of the V5, and the V70 is only used if you are immediately taxing that vehicle. And I think you have to pay the tax, be it a month, 6 months, or 12 months, and then they'll refund you that money back. But for now, I don't need that at the moment because the car is in storage. It's I've lost my keys. The V5 was sent off special delivery, so that costs £6.60. So it'll be there tomorrow, and I'll come back ASAP. And all being well, the car will be tax exempt, MOT exempt, and yeah. So what I'll do is I'll leave this video here, and I'll come back when the V5 returns and give you an update. Yes! Right, so I've had this letter back from the DVLA, which basically says, thank you for your application to place this vehicle as a historic tax class. Your vehicle was registered on the 19th of July 1979. Only vehicles registered or manufactured before the 1st of January 1979 can be taxed in the historic tax class. The correct tax class for your vehicle is PLG, which is private light goods, I believe. Legalisation has been introduced via the Finance Bill 2014 to exempt vehicles manufactured prior to the 1st of January 1974 from the payment of VED, which is the Vehicle Road Tax, I think. I may be mistaken on that. This came into force on the 1st of April 2014. In addition, legalisation was also introduced to exempt vehicles manufactured prior to the 1st of January 1979 from the payment of the VED. This came into the force on the 1st of April 2019. The intention from the HM Treasury is to introduce a legalative clause every year, so the vehicles manufactured 40 years ago will become exempt from VED. This means your vehicle will become eligible for the historic tax class from the 1st of April 2020. At this time, you'll have to relicense your vehicle in the new taxation class. I have issued you a new registration certificate, and this will follow shortly. Yours sincerely, the taxation teams. So basically what this means is that I can't tax my vehicle. I've just spent £6.90 posting my V5 from the post office to the DVLA, and now they've effectively rejected it. 40 years rolling tax I thought was coming into place if your vehicle was built on the 1st of April or prior to the 1st of April on the 40th year. You could register that as tax exempt, MOT exempt, or the historic tax class, which then meant because mine was built in July, I'd have to wait to the following April. But it's a bit frustrating. So if I want to get the car back on the road, I've got to pay the tax until April. So I think what I might do is do a bit of work to it, get it up and running. It's only going to be potentially 2 to 3 months away, so it's not the end of the world. And then in time for April, the shows can come around. But what it does mean is in April, I have to send my V5 back off. And this has taken 2 weeks for them to get this letter back to me. And then try the whole process again. What will happen as well then is I'm going to send off 2 V5s, one for my estate and one for my saloon, and hopefully get the tax class on both of them changed. Bit of a faff, but we plod on. So that's a current update, and I'll come back to you when the V5 arrives. So it's a day later. I've had a letter from the DVLA. Now it's either my V5 or a speeding ticket. And bearing in mind I've not driven anywhere recently, I'm hoping it's going to be my V5. So let's have a look. Oh, it's a nice new style document. And it's still showing as private lights goods, which I knew that would happen. Just means that when I come to the 1st of April, I need to take this document back in, and I need to get them to send it back off again and change it for a historic vehicle. Bit of a shame, but that's where we go. So taking a day to get this back from that letter I received yesterday, and all being well, I'll just wait now until the 1st of April and try again. So yeah. So this is now take 2 at trying to get my V5 amended to historic, so my car is then tax and MOT exempt. Because the insurance is sorted on this little baby, but I've got no tax. So I'm gonna take a trip down to the post office now. And see what I can do. It's now the beginning of May. It's the 1st today. So hopefully we can do it while I'm there. So then in theory my vehicle will become tax exempt as of today. What I'm also going to do is take the V5 for this, because that's 2 years older. So this is 77, this is 79. Let's get them both tax exempt. I need to change the tax class on both these vehicles. This one I need to tax, and this one needs to be sawned still. And it needs to change the address. So they just need to go off to the DVLA, I believe.
Right, okay.
So
you're taxing that one, you're sawing that one.
Yes.
And then the logbook has to go off.
It's currently sawned. I just need to change the address and change it to historic tax.
Right, okay.
So I think I've done that one correct. But this is a newer style V5, and I don't know how to change this one.
So you want this tax in now?
No.
No.
That one just needs to change to historic, but stay sawned.
Send that one off.
Yep.
Then.
Okay.
We're not doing anything with that.
And this one here.
This one needs taxing.
Yeah, but it's to go on to historic tax as well.
Okay.
So I've completed the historic box, but there's nowhere for me to sign on that V5.
No, there's not on these new ones.
Okay. So I think, do I have to send both of the V5s off?
No, I'll send this one.
Can we send this one?
Send that one.
Can we send them both in the same envelope?
No, I'll send this one. You send that one.
Okay.
Because we're not doing anything with that one, so you need to send that one in the post.
Right, okay.
I'll send this one because we're taxing it, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if they just both went in the same, because they're going to the same place.
No.
No? Okay.
Why is this the age for this?
Yes, it's 40 plus. I sent it off at the beginning of the year and they sent it back saying, no, you have to wait till April.
Right, so this one's done. So this one's taxed.
Okay.
I'll send that one off.
And just change your address, historic, and sign. That's all I need to do.
Yeah.
Some please.
Going first.
Yeah, fine.
£2.04p altogether.
Can I pay contactless?
You'll have to pop your card in because I need to take for the envelope.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can I use that as like proof of tax? That it's yeah. Okay, that's fine.
You should know it's taxed anyway. If it goes through
Yeah,
straight away. So. Could be a good couple of weeks yet before you get your new login.
Yeah, that's fine. It might be a couple of weeks before I drive the car anyway. So,
Alright.
thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I'm back from the post office now, and that was a really, really successful trip because not only have I now taxed my 1979 Clubman, that's now on the tax exemption, MOT exemption, I've also changed the V5 on my estate, which is 1977 Clubman estate. So frustratingly, when I sent off the V5 first time round, it cost me nearly £7 to ship it. This time round, it cost me, I think £2.70. I think £1.20 I think for the stamp. I think it was like 70p for the envelope, so a little bit more than 170. But there's a significant cost difference between the two. Now what I've done is I've also changed the address on this estate because I thought I'd already done it, but that was still for my old property in my parents' house back in Basingstoke, Hampshire, so down in the south of England, and not in North Wales. So the V5 should come back with this correctly updated, showing as historic tax, Saund, and obviously the correct address. So as for my 79 Clubman Saloon, this is the one that I've been trying to get onto historic tax. That has now been actioned, and the V5 has been sent off by the post office, and it's now on effectively 12 months tax. So I don't know how well it's going to come out, but you can probably see, no, I'll put an insert into this, that it shows you my vehicle registration, HOO444T. I've got 12 months tax from the 1st of May, and the price is £0 and 0 pence. So I'm super happy with that. The tax exemption has been put in place, and it also means, I believe, once I get my V5 back, the MOT exemption will also be in place. So super happy. I will still be looking at getting the car regularly maintained, regularly checked over, but for now, that is mission accomplished, and I'm super happy that I've now done that. So I'm just waiting now for the V5 to be returned in the post. Obviously due to the current climate with the COVID-19, that could take significantly longer than it would do normally. But with that said, it'll be back and I can get this car back on the road now effectively. I won't be doing that because obviously still being in a lockdown, essential travel only, and yeah, once the restrictions have been lifted, we are going for a drive. So I'm going to leave this video here. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I just wanted to try and show you how easy or difficult it will be to try and get this sorted, and actually it turns out that once your car is eligible and it's old enough, it's a really simple process. The post office did it there, then and there, and they've sent the V5 off free of charge for me, so there's nothing I needed to do. What I did try and do was get both V5s sent off at the same time, which they said they wouldn't do, unless I was taxing the estate. The estate isn't getting taxed because it's got no MOT or insurance on it, so obviously that won't work. This has everything ticked off, so that's obviously why it's happened that way. But never mind, it's one of those things. It's cost me like another £3 to send the V5 off for the estate, so super happy. So anyway, I'm going to leave this video here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for following this journey. Hopefully this is beneficial for someone else in my situation looking to get their 40-year-old vehicle tax and MOT exempt. So if you have enjoyed the content, as always, please click the thumbs up button, comment down below, and click over here to subscribe to my channel. That's it from me. I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.